last time we made an Art Nouveau piece of metal using cardboard from cereal packet and tin foil. I want to repeat it for the David Hockney work. So I went out, did a sketch of my David Hockney, and I'm being inspired by the low relief of Art Nouveau. So what you need to do, get your cereal packet. So this is my crunchy nut cornflakes. I'm going to basically make squares, two identical squares, or near enough identical squares. Cut this out. So what you've got is two squares. One that you can draw on and you can cut out, and two, the second one is the base. So I've got one and then I've got two. So I've got all this extra that I'll use, but I start getting my design from my sketch from the David Hockney work. So I'm going to quickly sketch this out, probably get my trees in, get the fence in, get the path in, and that's as quick as I need. And now I'm then going to start to cut out my parts. So I can cut out my tree. So this is the back tree here. And the more detail you put into this, the better it happens, looks at the end. So I've got one tree here. I'm now going to cut out a second tree. And then a second tree cut out, like so. And then I can then start to place them on. So I'm going to start to place them on. I want some grass across the bottom, so I could cut bits of grass, shapes. Just quickly cut out some kind of rough grass shapes, but you kind of get the gist of this, so I just cut that out. But I'd continue along possibly the whole thing, and then my grass can go on the top. Because my design has got fences, it's got plants over the top of the fences, and then in front of it's this tree, and then in front of that tree is this tree, and then in front of that's the grass, and then there's the path. I would start to cut them all out separately and then start to arrange them. So what I've got is I'm going to start with my fence at the back, because you start from the furthest away thing. So I'm going to have some horizontals here, so I'm going to put some glue stick down there, put my horizontals down where the fence posts and flat bits go. So I've cut out my fence bits, so now I can just glue those on as well, put those in. And as you see, because you're using Pritt stick, you can move them around, so I'm quickly putting them down, and then I can then start to put them on top of one another and so on and so forth. So I'm going to put these fence posts in, and then I'm just going to put another one in, because you're getting the gist. And you can arrange them, move them around while it's still wet. Get my glue going like mad over everything. And then in front of the fence posts there was these plants, so I can then put the plants in. So I've cut those out, and then I've got these plants here, so they can go in front. All the time referring back to my sketch, put some more glue on top of those, because there can be things on top of those now. So get my glue on, get my trees. So I've got my far away tree, goes here. I've got my middle tree that goes here. And then in front I've cut out all my grass from my cereal packet, glue that on, get some glue down onto every layer you put down, you put some glue down. So I've got that there, get some more glue on there, and then I've decided I want to put some grass bits here, like so. There we go, get my grass bits on. Doesn't matter whether you see the cereal or not. And then I'm covering the whole thing with glue with my Pritt stick. Get my tin foil, put my tin foil over again, and then really start to rub it in. Rub it down like so. I'm going to put polish on it, so all I need to do is get my tin foil, excess tin foil off the back, like so. Glue that down. Take that last little bit off, glue that down, like so. Get my tin polish. So I've got my polish here, got my brush, and now I can rub in my polish into my design, and you'll see it's starting to come up with the trees in the background, the fence and the path. Leave that to dry. Once that's dry, I can then rub it off. So there is my end product of my David Hockney into low relief Art Nouveau style design. But you could then take it even further and say, well, I'll tell you what, let's go from nature into man-made, and here's a Star Wars themed one as well. Thank you.